if there were any crimes against Adam Schiff, then they would have brought them up at any point unto this point, but they haven't. And so
then
Donald Trump
pardon him?
knows
Then why pardon him?
Yeah.
Then why pardon him? Makes no sense. Your logic is totally flawed here. Makes no sense.
It's not flawed. The reason to pardon him.
First of all, you see what he did there? He was getting him on a gotcha, because if he would have said, because he's saying, he's like, oh, wait, are they going to manufacture crimes against Adams? Because that's what he's saying, that they're going to manufacture crimes, right? Oh, hold on.
Damaging to his legacy and to the reputation of his administration to do that from the podium in such a brazen and ongoing manner for months on end, and then to just do it anyway. But this development now, where they're almost second guessing that, as the Republicans were saying, I think a lot of sympathy for this, that they're saying, look, clearly the justice system was weaponized against Trump. They tried everything to put him in jail, and a lot of the people that work for him. So now Trump is suggesting that maybe we return the favor, as of course he was going to. Now, he did say, I don't want retribution. I think the best revenge is success, which is an old Frank Sinatra line, which I use in a column. I suspect that's where he got it. But I think that would be a very good strategy. Don't look back, look forward. However, the fact that Biden may be moving to give people blanket immunity against any possible crimes they committed for many years, I think is outrageous, don't you?
Piers, I think that if you're not looking at it in the context of why it's being done, then you're just...
They never can just say, no, yeah, it is a little hypocritical or outrageous, or, like, yeah, I think it's a bit much, never. I don't do that with the right. I don't. I don't. I don't do that with anybody. I'm not fully loyal to anyone. Nobody's beyond reproach. Concede something, right? And so we're going to see Andrew Wilson, who's already sitting on, like, face is scrunched. Both of these guys, really. But Andrew's, like, really ready, like, I'm coming after you, Brian, because I've had enough. I've seen you around. I don't like your takes, and I'm ready, and I'm going to demolish you. So Andrew Wilson will be pummeling, crushing Brian Tyler Cohen. Let's get into it.
Ignoring reality here. The reason that Biden has to consider preemptive pardons for people like Adam Schiff and Liz Cheney is because Donald Trump is storming into office by assembling a Justice Department and folks around him in the legal community who have promised to enact Donald Trump's retribution.
But what if they've committed crimes?
He's doing it.
What
Let's
if
not
they've
pretend that
committed
it's
crimes?
happening in a vacuum here.
Yeah, but Brian, what if they've committed crimes, genuinely, like Hunter? What if they have committed crimes?
If Adam Schiff has committed crimes, he hasn't. There's no suggestion that he has.
How do you know?
Because how do you know that he has? It's ridiculous.
Why pardon him?
Why pardon him is because
why
Donald
pardon him
Trump
if he hasn't
will
committed
usher
crimes?
in, because Donald Trump's FBI director is coming into office with an enemies list. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, you're saying they're going to manufacture crimes against Schiff? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that they're going to manufacture crimes against Schiff? Does that even make sense to you?
If there were any crimes,
does that even make sense to you?
If there were any crimes against Adam Schiff, then they would have brought them up at any point unto this point, but they haven't. And so
then
Donald Trump knows that.
Then why pardon him?
Yeah.
Then why pardon him? Makes no sense. Your logic is totally flawed here. Makes no sense.
It's not flawed. The reason to pardon him.
Okay, Julie, let me bring in Julie if you can answer it.
Before she answers that question, and first of all, you see what he did there? He was getting him on a gotcha, because if he would have said, because he's saying, he's like, oh, wait, are they going to manufacture crimes against Adams? Because that's what he's saying, that they're going to manufacture crimes, right? Oh, hold on. But when your side does it, right, it doesn't get done. This is a conspiracy theory. But suddenly it's about to not be a conspiracy theory. Andrew Wilson is very good at that. I've watched his debates. He knows how to ask a question to corner a person to make them admit defeat. Brian's only lucky because he's on a panel full of multiple people, and that's why he didn't have to, actually answer that question. It would have actually been beautiful to watch that happen. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on this video. Let's get back into it.
Answer it.
I can answer that question because Donald Trump went to meet the press yesterday and said point blank that he thinks that the January 6th committee committed crimes. What crimes? I don't know. Maybe doing their due diligence. Stop. Maybe doing their due diligence oversight.
Well, we have got that clip. Let's play. I'll tell you what. Let's play that. Julie, hang on.
They have immunity.
Hang on, Julie. I want to play the clip.
So the point here. Yes.
Let me play the clip again so we know exactly what you're talking about. We played it early, but we'll play it again.
This was a committee, a big deal. They lied.
And what did they do? They deleted and destroyed a whole year and a half worth of testimony. Do you know that I think those people committed a major crime.
Sir.
And Cheney was behind it.
Well-
And so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee.
We're going to,
For what they did,
yeah.
honestly, they should go to jail.
Yeah, so
what
I
the
mean,
hell
look,
is he talking-
Before we get back into the heated debate, you hear what he said? He said a year and a half worth of testimony, and he was saying, do you know that I can't get... Unfortunately, Donald Trump has the same problem I do as a Gemini. We don't finish our sentences or our thoughts sometimes. I wish he would have finished that thought. What do you mean you can't get? Get what? He can't get but the transcripts of this investigation and all of that testimony? That is a problem if they got rid of all that. Wow.
About that, so there's no. So let's just preface this. None of that is true. None of that is true.
How do you know?
Just
Out of
because he
interest?
says it doesn't make it true.
How do you know?
How do I know? Because
How do you know?
I would assume that because his
Assumptions
lawyers
are a very
would have
dangerous
filed a
thing when it
motion.
comes to
His
fact gathering.
I'm answering
Are
your
you
question.
saying that Donald
His
Trump's
lawyers
Justice
would have
Department is
filed-
going to manufacture evidence of crimes, or
I
aren't
am
you?
sa-
Because if
Can
they're
I
not,
answer
you
the
have
question,
no
or do you wanna
reason to
keep
pardon
interrupting
these
me?
people.
Do you
Well, you're not
do you
really
want me to
answering the
keep talking?
question. You're going on a
Okay.
diatribe.
Well, you're not letting me answer. You're not letting me answer the question.
Answer, but be
Do
concise.
I believe
I
that
actually
he
want to
ju-
hear it.
Okay. Well, actually, thank you so much for telling me how to speak. I
You're welcome.
think that Donald Trump just sent a very big message to Pam Bondi as to what he expects. And he expects her to start and to Kash Patel to start investigating these people. Whether they get indicted or not, it doesn't matter. It is expensive. It is consuming. And it becomes a huge pain in the you-know-what to be investigated by the federal authorities. And that is the message that he is sending.
Like the Russian collusion.
He knows full well that there is nothing that's been destroyed, because had it been destroyed, his lawyers would have filed a motion.
Yeah, but Julie,
And
I would
they
say
never
to you,
did throughout
but
all
Julie,
of
They were
this
not in a
Hang on, hang on,
position where
hang
they
on.
could investigate
Hang on.
this. They were not in a position to do that.
I would say to Julie, look, when you
were.
weaponize the justice system of the United States of America against a president of the United States, first ever criminal court case we've ever seen involving a president, and it's about shuffling some paperwork over an alleged one-night stand he denies with a porn star 18 years ago. When you render the justice system to be such a politically motivated farce, and most Americans actually thought that, when you do that as an administration, when you allow that to happen, you open up a whole can of worms. You've done it first. You've gone after this guy. You've tried everything you could, however petty, trivial, ridiculous,
Now
to
you
try and
reap
put him
the
in jail.
whirlwind.
And when it doesn't work and it actually
All right,
backfires
so-
and it fuels him and he ends
So
up
that's
winning
not,
big.
So you're talking about a state. So you're talking
Yeah,
about
Piers,
a.
that's
By
the
the way,
New York
Piers, you're talking
case.
about a state. You're talking about.
I hate people who argue semantics. You know the point that he's making. He could have said it about something else. And fine, he could have said, when you try to go after a man just because he said walk peacefully and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand when people do that. It still doesn't matter. Y'all weaponized everything on that man. Now, I will say that. It was case after case after case. I was like, yo, man, what is going on? They kept with the classified documents case. Like, my God, it was like, I mean, Trump couldn't even turn and look, you know, he couldn't even turn his neck before another indictment. Like, drop, bro. Like, I remember this. FBI raided his house and stuff. Like, come on. Like, this is insane. I remember all of this. Yo, come on, Russia collusion, all of that. Like he said, this has been going on for so long. So if he decides that he wants to go ahead and look into things, he should be able to do that if he wants to. I don't think he is. But y'all already crying. You better be able to take what you dish out, basically.
About a state charge that has nothing to do with Joe Biden. If you're talking about the federal
I'm
investigations,
talking about
the guy was literally
Democrat-motivated
storing
prosecutors who were doing their master's lead, right?
I don't know who you're talking about. If you're talking about the Justice Department, over which Donald Trump will have authority by appointing an attorney general, I am telling you that what the Justice Department under Joe Biden was investigating is the fact that Donald Trump refused to return classified information that he stored in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. It is the fact that he incited a violent riot that effectively harmed and hurt our transfer of power for the first time in our nation's history.
Well, you're now
So from
convicting
that
him of all these
perspective,
crimes, which he's not being convicted of.
I'm not
None of them.
I'm
The
not
only thing he's
convicting him
being
of anything
convicted
because
of is
the jury
shuffling
has not convicted him.
paperwork with a porn star. And let me rephrase.
but that's-
Hang on. Well, let me rephrase what I'm saying. I'm talking about weaponizing the justice system. Let's make it a more all-encompassing thing, where you have Democrat slanted prosecutors who just want to jail Trump, even if it's down for shuffling paperwork over a porn star. To me, it was utterly ridiculous, that case. And the idea that you then criminally convict...
I don't disagree with that.
Right.
Case.
So my point is, I don't think anyone disagrees with it, really. So here's my point, is that as a Democrat, when you look at this, what's happening now, why wouldn't Trump do this? I mean, he's perfectly entitled to return the favor, isn't he? All's fair in love and politics.
To do what? To do what? Because
to be equally as aggressive. To be equally as aggressive.
He has specific crimes with which he was charged. What are the specific crimes with which you want to charge Liz Cheney? That she stood up to Donald Trump?
Well, that's not the point. That's not the point. Hang on, that's not the point.
As a congressperson?
No, but Julie, the point is, we don't know, because what is being mooted is that there are going to be blanket immunities against any crime that may have been committed, which does, I'm afraid, prompt the question, what are they hiding? Why are you so scared? Yeah. If there's literally nothing there,
well, first
if
of all,
none of them did anything wrong,
do you see Liz Cheney
why do you need blanket immunity?
Because you have a Justice Department that was just told in very clear terms by Donald Trump to the people that he's putting in there, whom he considers to be his loyalists, that he believes that these people committed crimes by investigating him. That is what they're looking into. Not that they might have smoked pot back in 1974 in college.
Why would you need a pardon
Not that they
for
might
that,
have
though?
driven drunk in 1983. Okay. For what?
Yeah, but why would you need a pardon for that? It makes no sense. So if Trump is investing, hang on. Let me ask the question. Even if it were the case that Trump wanted to open an investigation as to whether or not there was foul play during the previous administration's investigations of him, why in the world would this require a pardon to these people? That makes no sense to me at all.
Because why would there be a requirement of a pardon? Why do these people need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees on dealing with BS, which is part of their oversight duties to have done.
We don't know
they
if
were
it's
members
BS.
of Congress.
We haven't investigated it yet. What are you talking about? So we just can't invest.
And that's just the point. Like, this girl needs to stop. Like, she needs to stop picking at straws. It is what it is, okay? That's funny. Why should they spend hundreds of $1,000s in legal fees because XYZ? How y'all turning around and making the same arguments that Republicans were just making, I think in the last year, right? How is this even normal, right? But then you condemn Republicans for making those arguments. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You guys opened up a can of worms, right? And it should be investigated. Why did you guys do this? Why? And they're still saying these things. I mean, the fracture in this country is out of bounds. It is. Who are they working for? We'll never know because they're going to get pardoned. If they were so innocent, they wouldn't throw the pardons out there. Well, he might make up lies. So did you? Right. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.